What up, y'all? It's the Airbuds Y'all Cast. Yeah, y'all. It's me, Jamel Johnson.
And it's me, Mike Benner. Cowboy mode, y'all.
Fuck is going on, cowpokes?
Nothing much. All-Star break is happening.
Yeah, I was more lit for the new episode of The Equalizer.
I always forget that Queen Latifah has a whole Equalizer show.
Genius is what I say.
Should we be watching that and doing a Patreon show about it?
Well, let's see what the fans think. Do the little biz for him, Benito.
Business time. Go to patreon.com/airbudspod. $5 a month. Get you bonus episodes. Get you maybe an Equalizer Queen Latifah show where we talk about...
If y'all so choose.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Are there comments on podcasts? I don't think so.
Might be tomorrow. We can't say yet. Maybe.
And if you can't go to patreon.com/airbudspod, go to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, click that 5-star button, give us a good review, and we would appreciate it. And tell a friend. Hey, tell a friend about the buds.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that it's them again. We are non-binary as a podcast. We are men, but the podcast is not gendered.
I think the podcast is a beautiful woman.
The podcast is a trans woman. For shiggity. Who is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But the podcast, the podcast.
In her way.
In her own special way. Nah, for real. She's got a lot to offer. A beautiful soul, beautiful heart, and will post your ass up. Please believe.
Kind of a bad attitude.
A little bit of a jerk.
But, don't we all?
Hey, come on. Who amongst us?
If you get a couple drinks in her, she might try to fight a cop.
Yeah, maybe if she's on a date or not. We don't know.
To me, that's a positive. And now to the basketball. Happy basketball, Jamel. How do you feel about All-Star Weekend?
I hope that this one was weak enough to get everybody to just take a step back and think about what needs to happen for real.
Yeah, it was kind of an underwhelming, again, All-Star Weekend all around, I feel like. I don't think we're the first to say it, but All-Star Weekend is maybe broken.
It hurts to be at this point because I think what brought a lot of us to this sport was All-Star Weekend. The NBA of all the sports had the best All-Star thing. You know what I'm saying? The energy around this was always the highest. The big stars come out. Don't no stars go to the motherfucking Pro Bowl? You can't. There's no baddies at the Major League Baseball All-Star game. The hose is not there.
I feel like there used to be. I feel like in the 90s, Major League Baseball All-Star was like a thing. It was like a big event. We got Sammy Sosa hitting dingers.
It was before white girls officially had ass. It was before white women were seeking ass. White women always had ass.
But it's before Sammy Sosa became a character for white girls.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? But that was the big when Heather Locklear was the hottest woman in the world. That's when the bad joints, the Baywatch type small bikini joints was at the baseball for sure. Yeah,
the Maxim magazine cover girls were definitely in Atlanta in 1997 for the home run derby.
Big time. The chicks love the dinger. Chicks love the long ball. Chicks dig the long balls. That's what they said. They meant it, bro. All the little blonde bombshells. But things have changed. And it's finally gotten a little out of control.
Jamel, I want to go back to, I believe it was Thursday evening of All-Star Weekend, when Adam Silver, the most sauceless league commissioner there is, zero fucking charisma on that guy. He's got no
body hair.
No riz, no body hair.
There is a connection.
he was doing his like annual TED Talk slash State of the Union about the league speech on Thursday in Indiana, and he brought Victor Wembanyama up on stage. Did you see this to introduce the new
No,
NBAI?
no.
Jamel, coming to League Pass soon. We're gonna have NBAI, which, as far as I can tell, basically works the same as Alexa or Google Home or whatever, where you can ask the NBA app to do things for you.
The NBA app needs to fix their app first before they start adding shit.
Yeah. But I think the thing that went the most viral from the NBAI presentation was Victor Wembanyama asking NBAI to turn the latest Pacers game into a Spider-Man movie. Did you see that?
Nah, son. I missed all of this.
So uh, Victor Wembanyama, live in front of an audience on stage, asks NBAI, "Can you show me the Pacers game as if it were a Spider-Man movie?" And then there's a significant loading time, long enough of a time where it's just a frozen image on screen, uh, and they're waiting for it to play. And Adam Silver, I guess, in the awkwardness of the silence, is like, "It's loading, it's generating." Which I'm like, this is a presentation. Why didn't you work the kink out for that? Or why didn't you just play a QuickTime video instead of actually have it take 30 seconds to generate
He
video?
tried to go too hard. He's sauceless, but he thinks like a player. He thinks like a baller. He thought he
Yeah.
was going to hit that shot. He thought he was going to hit it.
So then they show footage from the game, I guess kind of imagined as like a scene from the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movies.
I've heard of such things.
And well, it looks like shit. It doesn't look fun. It doesn't seem like a fun way to watch a game. And I'm like, nobody's asking for this. No basketball fan is like, you know what would make me enjoying a random Indiana Pacers game on a Wednesday night better? If it was an unintelligible, poorly written Spider-Man movie.
Listen, and this all does connect to why the All-Star game itself is weak now, why the judges are weird as hell. Everybody has this idea of what they think basketball is supposed to look like in their head, and then they try to show us that shit in reality, and it be looking crazy.
Yeah. Um, so I can't wait for NBAI to come out and for me to be like, NBAI, show me the Sixers game, but if Joel Embiid was a stepmom stuck in a washer.
No, no, they gonna have it. They're gonna no. They're gonna have some restrictor plates on that. They're not gonna let you do that, man. They're not gonna
Why?
let one. Listen, Keldon Johnson being Spider Pig is one thing, but that is another. Come on, that's NC-17, bro. The league for everybody.
NBAI, show me the Chicago Bulls game, but if it's Anatomy of a Fall. NBAI, give me the zone of interest
Show
version
me,
of this Wizards game.
show me, show me two Bucks games, one cup, please.
uh, so the weekend was off to an inauspicious start. We
And
hit
then Ruffle
Friday.
started tripping. Yeah, it's like Kai Sinet's crying for the ball, begging for the ball in a blowout. What the?
The celeb game was incredible. Just incredibly bad. Just a chaos broadcast. Too much happening. Too many people talking. The court was insane. Did you watch any of the
It's.
celeb game?
I just saw a couple highlights. I didn't have a too much. I wasn't too on that.
Jamel, here's what happened in the celeb game. At one point, there was three things going on. You have the Ruffles 4-point line, which is moving back and forth because of the LED court. You had a button in the middle of the court where a coach could go hit it once per quarter, I believe, for the Ruffles crunch time where points are doubled. And then they also had floating stars around the court with each coach's face on it. And if you hit from that, it was worth 6. And this is all happening at the same fucking time.
Okay, see, they're trying to respond. I literally seen Miro and Carmelo Anthony and Joe Budden sort of agree with Miro and Carmelo that Rock and Jock should come back. So now they're trying to make the celeb game Rock and Jock, which is the right idea, Ruffles NBA. But yeah,
I
execution,
would
nutty buddy.
agree. But other than Jennifer Hudson, and I guess maybe if you're into R&B, Sir was playing, and was kind of like the Mike Conley of the All-Star game. Um, there
Nice.
was no real fucking celebs. There was no celebs.
You got to up the celebs, man, because they all play ball. I just saw Giancarlo Esposito working on his left hand on Instagram yesterday.
Isn't he
You
like
got Adam Sandler.
65? Yeah.
He's 60 fucking 5. Adam Sandler out here. He's at West Hollywood Park right now. They don't even got rims no more. He's just out there working on his handle.
Has Adam Sandler ever played in the celeb game?
Honestly, I'm not sure. He must have done a couple rock and jocks back in the day. You got to assume.
He and Kevin James played in the 2007 All-Star game.
Okay. Which was interesting you bring up '07. The national anthem for the '07 All-Star game is absurd. It's just like a Vegas lounge act. This guy Danny Gans is Danny Gans and Friends.
I can't believe
And
you
it's
just
like,
knew that.
well, nah, because I watched it last night. After the game got so bad, I went on this mission to find out when the game got weak as fuck.
And you
So
can trace it back to Danny Gans.
I watched Danny Gans in the middle. It didn't actually start. Maybe Danny Gans was the actual beginning of the end because it's the whitest shit of all time. I think this was a direct response to the 2006 anthem, which was Destiny's Child, and they did like a 8-minute national anthem. Destiny's Child sung the national anthem so long that the NBA Daniel Stern was like, "Get the whitest motherfuckers we can find because it can never go like this again."
Honestly, that might be the beginning of the end because I feel like in the early 2000s to mid 2000s, we had Mariah Carey there. We had Destiny's Child. We had actual stars doing everything. And
Listen,
now
as
it
fame
doesn't seem like people want to
changed,
come out.
the NBA is not keeping up with what we need to be seeing as the viewer. I personally, I think the game turned to butt cheeks. It starts to shift to ass in 2014. That was I went back to motherfucking 93 and I watched game highlights and whatever first quarters I could get my hands on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? A combination of the two. And there's just something you can you can see the defense officially start to leave the game in 2014. Dudes are getting out of the way on dunks. That's when it starts. And that's when the young dude, Steph and Kyrie, when they come in, this is when the game starts to turn to ass. LeBron's still trying hard, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this? What are you doing?"
I think that maybe is a true sign of the game being like done. It's cooked because LeBron James didn't even really play in the second half at all.
Listen, why would he?
The biggest tryhard in the history of the NBA did not even get into the game.
It's why would he, bro? It's shooting practice. It's shooting and dunking practice time. And he's good. I think he knows how to do both of them things.
He's pretty
The
good.
last
Yeah, he
dude to
doesn't.
try hard was Giannis, and we all made fun of Giannis for trying hard. We don't even realize We got fucking sauce pilled, dog. We got sauce pilled in like 2016, and we didn't even know it. And then Giannis came in and he tried hard, and we was like, "What's wrong with this foreign ass?" You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with this foreign ass? Going back to the celeb game, I wanna bring up two
Yeah,
moments,
please take us
Jamel.
back.
Lil Wayne was one of the celebrity coaches for, I believe, Team Stephen A. Smith. Uh, and yes, I did watch the entire celebrity game very closely. What time do you think he showed up?
Stephen A. showed up third quarter.
No, Lil Wayne. Stephen A. was there from
Lil
jump.
Wayne, okay, he was there for. Yeah, what am I saying? I saw Stephen A. shooting high school threes in a turtleneck.
Yeah,
Uh, Wayne showed up third quarter. How about that?
he showed up halfway through the second quarter uh, with the wearing the promotional Ruffles T-shirt that they clearly like
So
gave away to the crowd, like over his outfit, eating a bag of chips. He walks on, like you can literally watch him walk onto the court like he's just arriving, high out of his mind. They immediately put a microphone headset on him and start talking to him during the broadcast, and he's still getting his bearings. He looks at the floor and he's just like, "Ah, man, I can't look at this floor." He's just tripping out over the
like that
floor.
ass
It's great.
serious? Oh shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that does sound fun.
Yeah. It was great. And then the other thing I
Yeah.
want to talk about was Tristan Jass. Do you know who he is?
Nah, but he's like a little blondie shorty cakes, huh?
Little Blondie Shorty Cakes YouTuber who he's one of these guys that like Max is nice, who like makes his bones by imitating NBA players.
It's a black scent, but with his body.
Exactly. He was trying very hard during the game, like super hard. At halftime, uh, as he's walking back to the locker room, Kelsey Plum, who's sitting courtside, uh, the camera catches this. It's not like a part of the broadcast. The camera just kind of catches this. She shakes his hand and goes, "Pass the ball," because he's just driving to the lane every time he touches.
He's going
Did you see
nuts.
that?
Okay. No, but I saw the quote.
Yeah. So then he later after the game, after his team loses pretty badly by like 15 or whatever, he quote tweets a Bleacher Report tweet that caught the moment. And he says, "I had more assists at halftime than she averaged her whole last season, and more assists at halftime than her whole career average. You pass the ball, Kelsey Plum."
Which doesn't seem right at first glance, but we're talking about career averages, multiple games, games on games on games, and he's talking about a celebrity game.
Right. And he's passing the ball to a 6'3" NBA wide receiver who was dunking over a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, he's
Like,
talking to who? Like Micah Parsons.
yeah, like Micah Parsons, you give Micah Parsons the ball and he's going to dunk over Jennifer Hudson every time. Like, what? Like, you can't compare your assist in the Celebrity All Star game to Kelsey Plum, two-time champion Kelsey Plum.
What? How far? What was the numbers? What was the discrepancy? I gotta know.
Uh, I
Did you look at
didn't.
it?
I didn't look it up. I think Kelsey Plum probably averages like 6 assists per game, but you
Somebody
got to
must have.
also imagine they play 40 minutes versus the NBA's 48, so that number is deflated by
How long's the
nature.
celeb
Hold on,
game? Celeb game's got is 40, right?
I think it's 40. Yeah,
So that's the
Kelsey
first problem.
Plum averages 4 assists for her career.
And like 20 points. Nah,
She
what? Okay,
averages
hold on. Let me guess.
14
Yeah, I was
and a
gonna say
half, 3
12.
rebounds, 4 assists for her career.
I was
Last
gonna say
season,
12.
she averaged 4.5 assists and 19 points.
So Tristan Jazz says that his celeb game is more impressive than her entire body of work, which is 2 rings in the pros and the scoring, the then NCAA scoring title, and all of that there.
Yeah. I do think there's something to be said that this might just be like friendly trash talk between two hoopers or whatever. Kelsey
Sure,
Plum
sure.
did respond to him on Twitter by calling him a naked mole rat.
That's good.
Yeah. Uh, but I just think it's like it didn't help. Uh, it felt like Twitter bros going at WNBA players. This situation here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's unavoidable every year.
Yeah. Saturday came around, and another naked mole rat was the star of the show. We had Mac McClung in the dunk contest.
Rob Hayes said this to me, and I must credit him. The dunk contest should just be like first. Like we don't need the dunk contest doesn't have to headline the night. The NBA should just kind of be able to recognize when it's going to be a bad dunk contest and just make it earlier. It's like when Judd Apatow would pop up at Meltdown. Judd Apatow, no, he ain't that funny. He's not about to be hanging around. He's not closing the show. Just let me go first. I'm gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, especially okay. Two things about the dunk contest. Number one, the scoring is fucking stupid. Like
Yeah, it's
when you
two
give a
figure
guy a
skating.
50, when you give a guy a 50, you're saying this is the best dunk I've ever seen in my life. So for everything to get like a 48, 49, 50 is stupid.
Well, I know what you're saying in terms of that's what a 50 means, but I think they're trying to say that it's a class of dunks that is in that these are the because there's a few different versions of a dunk you've never seen before that are you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think at this point we've seen every dunk possible.
So so yeah, I mean, well, the problem isn't the numbers; it's the people in control of the numbers, obviously. But what do you think? What is a better? What's a more? What should they be doing? Because it is fucked up.
I don't know. Maybe they should just be dunking on people. They should get the best defenders in the league, the best rim protectors, Rudy Gobert, Joel Embiid, to stand at the rim and try to block these dunks.
Now that's basically what the NHL skills challenge is. You get the
Mm-hmm.
goalies in there. What they did this year was so they had a shooting contest and they're, you know what I'm saying? Whoever get the most goals wins. But for the goalies, whoever got the most stops got 100 grand.
Mm. See, okay, now this I like. There should be a team of dunkers and a team of defenders, and you get a point for a dunk and you get a point for a block shot. And you just kind of let them go for 5 minutes, and whoever wins gets to split $1 million or whatever.
Yeah, that's fun. Alt version, the dunkers get to dunk on their judges. Yes,
Yeah.
we get Dominique Wilkins. We wheel Dominique Wilkins' old ass out there, and we let Jaime Jaquez jump over Shaq and yam on Dominique Wilkins.
Aaron Gordon is waiting to fucking dunk on Dwayne Wade right now.
You know what I'm saying? That he
Yeah.
would love to do it, and I would like to see it. And I
I
think, and
would
then the
I
judge,
would pay to see that.
based
Yeah.
based on how hard they get dunked on, the judge is like, all right, well, that was a 50. I'm on the ground. He dunked on
I'm
me
on the
pretty good
ground.
right there.
I rolled my ankle. I'm gonna need someone to put Dominique Wilkins in a wheelchair and take him back to the hotel. But hey, he's gonna give a 50 on his way out.
I'm gonna give you 50 before I go to this St. John's or whatever.
The other than the scoring, Jamel. Okay, so Jaylen Brown, the first legit star to be in the dunk contest in as long as I can remember.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since somebody who was like really starting in the All Star game did this.
Do you think they juiced his scores to get him to the finals?
Yes, but I don't think it was because he was a star.
Why do you think it was?
Well, I think it was because he was. I think it was because he was a legit NBA guy, and he was, you know what, I'm gonna just, he was the blackest guy. I think I think the panel was in Indiana, which, as we've said many times, one of the blackest places in the universe. Gary, Indiana is the center of blackness, and Naptown is not that far off. And I think everybody was feeling some type of way. I mean, Kenny Smith, even, come on, even Kenny being like how he was, you know what I'm saying? What's all this Mexican business?
Did he say that? I wasn't really catching a
I
lot of the
think he had
commentary, I'll be honest.
I think he had something to say about the flag getting projected on the court.
Did he really?
I think so, dog.
Mm.
But
We'll
this is
get
what
to
I'm
like
saying.
some more
I think that's all
problematic
connected.
commentary from the NBA team later, but yeah.
Listen, I just think, yeah, they did, but I don't think it was because of any not necessarily because of his stature as a player.
I think they maybe juiced his numbers because he is a star and they want to get stars back into the dunk contest. They don't want to keep having Mac McClung trotted out, I don't think. They
Sure.
would love it if, I mean, they would love it if LeBron James was in the dunk contest, which he's never done, right?
No, no, he never did, never will. It's done. That was you know what I'm saying? It was the thing. It was the thing that made it like he could have. But how long would it have lasted? Even if LeBron did the dunk contest, eventually they would have made it bad still.
Yeah. I'm not saying it would
Like it
ever
was
be, I don't think it's going to be good again ever. It's never going to get back to Vince Carter levels
no, no, no. I think, you know what? I think they're
or
on to
even Aaron
something with this.
Gordon and Zach LaVine levels.
I think they're on to something with this dunk contest stuff. With the way they're bringing in dudes who ain't really in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's good. I think it's time to get the Flight Brothers in there. Let's just get all the YouTube dunkers in there. Do it. And then have the judges all be current players. And they could still, you could catch passes from whoever. Somebody jumps over Shaq, yes. But I'm just saying, like, I'm good with all of the contestants not being in the league.
Do you remember when Craig Sager died? And for maybe a couple
Yeah.
years after, they did the like, we're going to have a 3 point, like for every 3 pointer made in 2 minutes, like we're going to donate like $1,000 to cancer research.
Yes, yes, I do. I remember that awkward one with Candace Parker and them trying to hit half court shots.
Yeah. Why did they stop doing that?
Because it was that weird because there was a bunch of missed half court shots.
So they just don't donate to cancer anymore.
Yeah, basically they was like cancer had to take a fall there for the
Yeah.
production of the event, obviously.
I will say this: Jaylen Brown did not deserve to go to the finals. Jacob Toppin's dunks were better. Jaime Jaquez's dunks were negligible. Like he could have been better than Jaylen Brown or not.
You know
But
what?
it should have been Toppin and Mac McClung for sure in the final.
I agree. Also, Jaquez, the thing about it, he jumped over Shaq, man.
Yeah,
First dunk of the night, first attempt. What more do you want from a man? All we ever say is don't miss that first one. And he jumped over Shaq. Yes, he used Shaq to vault. Yes, he
I
pushed off
still
of
yeah.
Shaq. But still, he jumped over Shaq and he's big as shit. But you are right about Toppin. Toppin basically just was like one centimeter better than Jaquez. Everything Jaquez did, Toppin would just make it look a little cooler.
Mm-hmm. And like every great white man before him, he saw someone that is not white do something and said, I can take that idea. And then he dunked over Shaq too.
Yeah, yeah. And he did dunk over Shaq a little cooler.
Cleaner for sure. and also I guess more
Cleaner,
impressive
no
because he's like
vault.
a 5'8" white guy who has a
Yeah,
60-inch vertical. Um,
I would
but
think.
then
I think jumping over. I think being taller makes jumping over a big guy more impressive, actually. But
mhm,
the cleaner jump is still more important.
yeah, there's also that part of it where it's like, pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Um, like Mac McClung just has freak of nature level vertical. So are we giving him more points because he can just naturally jump higher through no like fault of his own? He can jump higher than Jaime Jaquez.
I mean, but that's the name of the game, bro. There's two schools of thought: power or finesse.
It's
And it
true.
just looks cooler. It just looks cooler when a smaller person does the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Did you catch the Sabrina versus Steph 3-point shootout?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that thing.
Respectable. I think it ended as well as it could have. I think
I think
29 to
I said
26. Yeah.
the way it all went down went so perfectly not viral. It was actually the best result for the WNBA. The best round in the men's competition was a 26. The winning round was a 26. She went out there, went first, got a 26.
Yeah.
And then Steph
From
won
the 3-point
Under
line, from the
Armour's
NBA 3-point line. Yeah.
from the line, from the real line.
Mhm.
If we want to act like, if you want to act like that, and then Steph wins, which appeases the He-Man Woman Haters Club. He also didn't break 30. He also didn't break 30 because everybody was like, "Oh my god, it broke 30, broke 30." And it's like, guys, you added 6 more points to the motherfucker. First off, but
That's a good point.
he
How
did
how
not.
long have they
Yeah,
been doing the bonus racks?
it's been a few years. I feel like it's been
It's been
since
a
they started
while, but
making the
like
logos bigger.
but they weren't
Since
doing that in like the 90s, right?
no, they didn't do. They did that for Steph, man. That was a Steph
That
edition.
was another thing. That was another thing about the All-Star Celebrity Game was I think the final was like 90 something to like 80 something. But if you took away all the like bonus points or like the crunch time or points or double or the 6-point shots or the 4-point shots, the score would have been like 30 to 20.
And they had to put some sauce on it, man.
I know. Inflation is hitting everything, including NBA All-Star Weekend.
I saw, let me I need to jump back for a second.
Mhm.
Well, no, let's just finish the 3-point stuff because we're already in it, but skipped rookie game. I actually watched the rookie
Oh,
LA Fitness off.
I did not watch any of that. In a word, how was it?
It was the best LA Fitness runs I ever saw. A
What
lot
was
of missed
so it
shots,
was
a lot of
like there was
goofiness.
four teams, right?
Yeah, it was like 4 teams and they played like 2 10-minute quarters or something. It was like shortened little mini games.
It's funny. It must feel like shit to not make the rookie slash rising stars game. Like, because at this
Because
point,
they're
there's
letting
what 40
whoever in.
people getting selected.
Yeah, they got a whole G League. They put the whole elite roster in one of them
Yeah,
joints. Yeah,
yeah.
I would
If you,
I would be upset. Who didn't get it? Who didn't make it this year? Who was
I
a
don't
rookie?
think did both Thompson twins make it.
You know what? My guess is no,
Yeah, I don't think
because I didn't see him.
maybe Amen did not make it. I don't think. I think
Wow,
Asar did. I think, but not Amen.
hurt. That's insane.
Yeah, but good for Asar. He's got something over his twin brother for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's true. Generally it was pretty goofy. It's insane. Like Wimbyama like couldn't get a board, but they did. They were doing like it was like first to 40 or something.
Wembanyama can't play basketball anymore because if it doesn't look like Spider-Man to him, he's not interested.
That's what it was looking like for most of that game. And then he would catch, a freakish oop, and then he would go out there and like, trick off another rebound. It was super weird. But I saw effort in the rookie game that was
Mhm.
not in the All Star game, which is very interesting because in all of the years of the All Star game being somewhat competitive, the talk was about how the rookies weren't trying hard enough. In all of these rookie games, I went back and looked into. There's mad years of who's the motherfucker like Doug Collins being like, the league's got to talk to these kids about trying harder, man. I thought last night was going to go better than it did. That was some bullshit. Like, there's a lot of hate on the rookie game. So they have fixed the rookie game, people.
Speaking of fixing, Jamel, do you think the All Star game was fixed so that Dame would get MVP?
I mean, it does. It sort of was like, well, it wasn't fixed. It's just if nobody's going to play defense, the guy who's the best at shooting threes is going to be the MVP.
Okay. So the All Star MVP is voted on by fans, right?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not
Uh,
even sure.
Tyrese Halliburton, hometown boy, playing in front of his home crowd. He scored 32, had 3 blocks, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, and shot 70% as opposed to Dame, his 47% with 39 points, also 6 assists, but only 2 rebounds. Uh, why didn't Tyrese Halliburton get it?
Well, because they had the fans voting. That's why. You're right. If it must have been a fan vote, and it just, I mean, look, he shot it from half fucking court.
Mhm.
Nobody's playing defense. He scored the most. It typically it's high score wins. You know,
It's true. It just feels like you could have given it to Tyrese Halliburton. It would have been a fun little bow on
but
the
I
night.
my problem is I can't give you that. I can't award you that. I can't say, "Ooh, wow, you got 3 blocks in a game that had 500 points in it." I can't even award those blocks.
Um, other than, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I misread. He had 3 turnovers, not 3 blocks. It was in the wrong
that makes
column. Tyrese
that
Halliburton.
makes more sense.
That
Yeah,
changes my entire argument.
there you go.
Yeah. Uh, on the East, only one person tallied a block, and that was Jason Tatum. Of course, he would get a block in the All Star
Damn,
game.
bro.
And then on the West, who do you? There, two people each tallied 1 block. Who do you think it was?
Jokic and Jokic and it's got to be a guard. Weirdest guard I can think of. Ah,
You're on
shit.
to something.
I'm blanking. I'm blanking super hard right now. Ah, fuck Kawhi.
Nope, it was Anthony Davis with one and Steph Curry with the other.
Ah, nice.
You were onto it though. You were getting there.
I was feeling. I knew you when you said it. I was like, got to be a guard. Also, Steph smacked glass.
Oh yeah.
So funny.
Do you think that was an alley oop or was that a missed shot by Karl Anthony Towns?
Ooh, Carl was shooting everything. It was a shot.
I think it was a shot that he just fucking whiffed and Steph happened to be there to catch it like an oop. But
Yes,
shout out to Karl Anthony
Carl was
Towns
like,
for trying to go between the legs to end the game and just turning the ball over. Very funny.
that was the most. This game isn't real. We're truly just fucking around out here.
Yeah, it was before the game, I think it might have been Thursday during Adam Silver's big press conference. He essentially said something like, I've sat down and talked to the players, and this year you're going to get a highly competitive game. That was a lie. We did not
Yeah,
get
it's
that
like
at all.
no. Which first off, just the image of Adam Silver sitting down with the players.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Hey guys,
just wanted to make sure you guys are gonna try hard this year. Yeah, whatever, motherfucker.
yeah, it's like the principal asking you to be on your best behavior during the field trip.
Yeah, like
You're gonna,
no, I'm
yeah,
eating my sandwich on the bus.
we're gonna throw half of it at a lady on the
Y-
sidewalk.
Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up.
um, I just feel entirely underwhelmed by the All Star experience at this point. I don't know why we do it. It's becoming more like the Pro Bowl every year. Um, it's just players show up for this one, but it's not like they're trying. LeBron played 13 minutes total.
There's, you know what? All right, so I say it starts to truly devolve around 2014. I think the beginning of that is the actual the the big bang is Chris Paul, Joakim Noah getting elbowed by Chris Paul is kind of the, and then the next couple years it's like all right, we're not trying no more. I think the real thing behind it is that these guys actually kind of like each other. Like this is a
Mhm.
generation of players that they kind of hang out and stuff. And I think before it was a lot of like when Garnett was a perennial all star, it's like, yeah, nobody, these guys aren't hanging out. Everybody only hangs out with their own team. And whenever they see each other, it's like, yeah, I'm trying not to get embarrassed.
Yeah. Dame won MVP of the game. I did like in his speech at the end, he talked about how it feels good because he's been at the All Star game for a while. And to finally get this recognition, blah, blah, blah. But then he said something like, I was in the locker room and I looked around, I've been in the All Star game for a long time and I'm just seeing a bunch of like new people that like I'm not that like are new here, and if basically saying like there's a lot of new faces, and I'm like, you just got traded from the Western Conference to the Eastern Conference. Like it's
Yeah, that's
like
why the
it's
faces are new.
that's why a lot of the faces are different, Dame. Like there's a lot of like the same players are on here. Like just because Jalen Brunson is there doesn't mean like everything is changing for you.
Yeah, everything's changing. This coach I got here. What was Doc Rivers up to? I ain't see hear nothing from Doc.
No, all I heard from Doc was that the fresh cut he got on Thursday night. You saw that, right?
Brother. Yo, the most Indianapolis shit of all time.
Fucking baldest guy in the league somehow got lined up.
Shadow fade, shadow band ass.
I think someone just took like a pencil and like kind of like rubbed it on the side of his head.
They hit his head with some wood glue and shook some pepper on that bitch.
Uh, Doc Rivers, man, boy, it is so funny to me that he is, I think, 3-7 since becoming the coach, and has blamed every loss on a different thing.
This break was the best for him. He needed to break fast.
Yeah, um, they gave up an easily winnable game to the Memphis Grizzlies right before break. Uh, and he, in the press conference, blamed it on his players already being in Cabo mentally.
Hey, yeah, just I wish him the best. Hopefully, this Dame getting the MVP in the pretend basketball game vaults them to some sort of success as a squadron.
I don't hope that. I hope they flame out. I think as my it is a
I
common
know that's.
refrain for me. I think the Bucks are frauds.
I know what you want.
Yeah.
And that's you. And
What do
you've
I?
been saying that since Doc Rivers was your coach. So I know it's not a Doc thing. It's a Bucks organization thing.
You know what I want is I want to see Joel Embiid stuck in a fucking dryer. NBAI, help me out here.
Hey, NBA, can you do it like
Make Joel
I'm
Embiid my
not even
stepmom, and I find him stuck in the dryer.
my word, bruh. And yeah, and then have him making a crazy face. Let's get a shot of his face of him just looking like, what?
Those
What?
exist. There's definitely Joel Embiid. When you see a shot of him dunking, he looks like he's getting pounded from behind. That's what his face is.
He said he could win the dunk contest too.
I know.
I don't
If
know
it
if you
wasn't for
caught
his
that.
knees, yeah.
I just they got to get rid of the judges. They got to do all types of stuff, and they got to stop letting Scotty Barnes do extra shit. Scotty was looking crazy out there.
Yeah, he was.
Sk-
He was
Skills
trying
challenge
very
was
hard.
looking nuts. What the
Yeah.
hell, Scotty?
I
I
do want to
told y'all.
give.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
go on.
Scotty Barnes was on ketamine. You heard it here first. Scotty Barnes was in a K
Yeah,
hole out there, man.
he was in a K hole. K hole is life.
You know, he was really singing the Canadian anthem. He was really humming the Canadian anthem to himself like he's from there.
Where is he from?
This motherfucker's from Florida, man.
Yeah, West Palm Beach. There you go.
The hell? That's horse tranquilizers, man.
He he has the look and the vibe of like the best friend of the lead in like a CW drama.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like there would be a plot about like he's on ketamine, like in the high school basketball team has to like ask him to stop.
yeah. They all come to him, and then the dad from Seventh Heaven does some whole other shit.
You know about the dad from Seventh Heaven, right?
That's why I said that.
Okay.
What's next? What's the next thing we got?
Shout out the worst of the weekend for me overall. Charles Barkley, who they cut over. I guess they were doing an alternate broadcast with Charles Barkley, who clearly was drunk or on something, doing play by play with Draymond Green and Taylor Rooks, I believe. But they cut
Yeah.
over to it on the main broadcast at one point, and Charles Barkley went out of his way to talk shit about San Francisco to Draymond Green, and in doing so, he essentially said all homeless people are criminals that will shoot you.
Oh,
He said you can't
oh boy.
walk around San Francisco because the homeless criminals will shoot you. Fuck you, Charles Barkley. That's how I feel about that.
It's bruh. Things are. It's they just gotta get in the workshop on it. They just gotta get in the workshop on this stuff. That's all. I did not watch a single second of that extra broadcast. Everybody's got their own version of the Manning cast now. And it was Taylor Rooks and Draymond, and then I think like Spike Lee came in. Like they had a bunch of random people come in
Mm.
there. So it might be worth a Bud's examination. It might not.
We should look into it maybe. We also need to do a deep dive again on Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan, whom I don't know if you know this, they were on the latest season of Traders together. Do you know Traders?
What is traders?
Traders is a reality show where they basically have celebrities come on, and it is like a very elaborate live action game of Mafia with like challenges and stuff.
Oh,
But
okay.
Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen were on together, and then even more interesting is that she kind of acted recently online like she and Marcus Jordan broke up, uh, and then it ended up being a kind of content farming maneuver to I
Yeah.
think have like talk about on their podcast because they didn't really break up.
It's I okay. It's time to dive. Get our scuba gear out.
Yeah.
Get it out of storage. We're about to go on some dives, man.
Oh, my second worst of the weekend goes to Kenny Smith, by the way, who I think I wasn't really paying attention to the commentary very much. I had a kind of low volume, but if you look at Twitter, everyone thought that he was just hammered during the dunk contest. And I
Yeah.
did hear one quote that he, speaking of Mac McClung, he said, "Some teams got to give this guy a chance." Mac
Uh,
McClung has been on almost every team in the NBA. He's had so many chances. This guy is not a good player, Kenny. He's had the chances. All he can do is dunk. We're seeing what he can do.
yeah, he kind of they had him in the Rising Star Challenge, and they were blowing out Wimbenyama's team, and then they just looked like shit. Mac McClung got a backcourt.
They had Mac McClung in the Rising Stars Challenge, a
Yeah, this is like
38-year-old in the Rising
this
Stars
motherfucker.
Challenge.
He already rose, man.
Yeah, he rose as
He
far as he's gonna
already
rise. Yeah.
he rose.
All right, Jamel, should we wrap it up? We got no basketball till Thursday. We're gonna drop a special episode on Wednesday, featuring Jamel's interview
Yes, with my
with
good friend Monica Nevi.
Monica Nevi. Very funny. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys midweek. Anything you want to plug, Jamel?
I just want to plug the NBA, the National Basketball Association. Okay, so you like just figure it out, gang. Just figure it out.
And I'm going to go figure out exactly what kind of porn I want to watch on top of my basketball. Thank you, NBAI. Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, man. Make the Kings black.